Hello and welcome to the Vulcan Cup 2023 Championship. My name is just Jordan. We're going to be bringing you all of Group Stage 1 of the 2023 Vulcan Cup Championship on this channel over the next 3 days. Today is Group A and Group B. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's my first interaction with the Vulcan Cup. Hopefully I'll be on regular rotation as a caster for them moving forward. Always love getting involved with new organizations, meeting some new people, new players. And yeah, there's one or two familiar names in this tournament, but most of them are not. We'll go ahead and take a look at groups A and B that we're going to be casting today. These are round robin groups, so every player is going to play the other player in their group once. That means each group is going to give us 6 best of 3 series for a grand total of 12 best of 3 on the day. Group A, we have Gunner, Gypsy Danger, Kamikaze, and Heaven. Heaven would be one of the very few names in this tournament that I recognize. Protoss player, streams, posts on Twitter some. Then in Group B, we have Anticore, Maro, Cognite, and Eras. This is my first time. It's going to be my first time casting most of the players in these tournaments, so I'm sincerely hoping that I don't butcher anybody's pronunciation on their names. I'm also going to have this screen up for each step of the way. These matches are not going to be cast in any particular order. Actually, maybe I can just cast them in this order now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we actually can cast them in this order. Yeah, so I think we'll do that. Yeah, I have a spoiler-free replay pack, and the way that the matches are labeled, I can actually cast these in direct order that you see them on your stream. So why not? Let's just do it that way. I think this mixes it up quite a bit too, where it's not a bunch of the same people in a row. Maybe not, but that's how we'll do it. So Gypsy Danger versus Kamikaze. We're gonna do this one first. Looks to be a TVT, and game number 1 is on Resvon. If you guys are hanging out, if you know that some of the other people participating in the tournament aren't in the stream, do me a big favor, hit them up if you can on Discord, on Twitter, wherever you know how to reach out to these guys. Get them in here, This is going to be a fun time. I definitely enjoy casting all levels of StarCraft. So. See, we got Cytotonic in the chat. Hello, hello. I subscribed to your newsletter, Cytotonic, and it promised no spam, but I also haven't received a single issue. So I don't know how often it's supposed to go out. Gypsy Danger says, I hope you won the game. I think he was waiting on a game to complete. And that's why I said that. In the upper left, we have the purple Terran player. He is Gypsy Danger. And in the bottom right, the red Terran player, he is Kamikaze. All right, I promise I'm not going to Urban Dictionary to look up if trolling is a thing. I think it may have been trolling. Little good manner and a mate thrown in there. I'm assuming that these players are from the EU. Fairly mirrored builds here. It looks like all of Kamikaze stuff is like mildly behind by just like a couple seconds, like everything on the production tab. I wonder if Gypsy's conversating maybe slowed him down a bit. I do know back in the lower leagues, like gold plat, if your opponent has the time to type to you in chat, it means it just meant he was cheesing. It was like one of those things. All right, just checking this out. Not going to be a whole lot of background on these players. Kamikaze is from Brazil. Gypsy Danger is going to be from Denmark. Gypsy Danger represented Berserker Esports. Kamikaze on Eximus Gaming. This is a team that I'm not personally familiar with. Ooh. A little bit of a reef battle going on while I'm trying to get background here. Oh, there's a lot of information on Kamikaze. Holy cow, Brazilian Terran player playing for Eximus. 25, approximate total winnings of $412. Wow. He even has a picture on Wikipedia. And he kind of resembles, I forget what the name of that guy is. You know the guy with the, like, the... He was supposed to be, like, the perfect man with a chiseled chin and, like, the rock-hard abs. His picture looks like he was trying to resemble that guy, and honestly, fine job. He nailed it. Cytotonic says, I'll maybe send one newsletter occasionally. Cytotonic, friend of the stream. Is there a link to the newsletter? Hey, if you're still here, would you link the newsletter in chat? Mainly because I want the link, but also because I want to see if people are allowed to post links. If it times you out briefly, I apologize in advance. Nothing too crazy coming out here. What is this? Tech Lab on the starport. It's going to be for Ravens. Ravens pretty standard. And TVT. And yeah. I guess my main criticism now is that Gypsy Danger doesn't have a Wikipedia page or like an awesome profile. Ah, gotcha. My bad, Cytotonic. I didn't know. I didn't know that it would time you out. I'm so sorry. Message it to me on Twitter, I think. At least that way I have somewhere to go look at it, because I like to cross promote. Like I don't really need you to promote anything for me. But I like, you know, anything StarCraft related, I like to get the word out there for sure. So. Yeah, both players pretty passive. Usually in the TVTs I cast, it's just like back and forth, constant fights in the middle of the map every step of the way. But it looks like both players are preferring to just sit at home and be defensive. +1 coming down. This is the major deviation so far in these two builds. Scouting Reaper coming out of Gypsy Danger. The Raven count. 2 on either side. Gypsy Danger going up to a third. Ravens are so good in TVT, and they'll just continue to give you value if you don't lose them, and you have the control to spare, that is. So I like the decision for the third Reaper. I feel like that's almost like a thing where, I don't know, I'd treat it like a Terran Robo. I mean, you just have it constantly producing, you know, Ravens in the background. If you get to a good number, great. If you don't, you know, they usually always get some value. Especially with an anti-armor missile on Bio. Oof. Bio just melts. And there's the worker harass with the auto turrets. Yeah. Ravens are good. I don't know why Terrans don't make more of them. I'm just kidding. I totally do. It's the Tech Lab Starport inhibiting the production of medevacs. I get it. I will say I'm glad that Mass Marine isn't it, or not Mass Marine. Mass Raven is no longer a thing. Gosh, that was not a fun way to play the game. It's like we got Gypsy Danger going full on mech here. So at least we have mech versus bio. This does make a TVT kind of dynamic when both players are being otherwise passive. Yeah, Gypsy Danger content to be really defensive here. I think these tanks more or less, yeah, they almost get to the edge here. I think I might like to see him a little bit further back. Let's see. Scouting Marine out here. This is completely unrealistic go for Marines, by the way. Like, this guy's like, all right, go stand out here. He's not leaning on anything. He's not taking a leak. He didn't fall asleep. Like, yeah. Not very realistic, if you ask me. Other scouting Marines stimmed and sent out. I feel like that's not a great way to do that. I mean, you're going to lose this fight now because of that. Yeah. He going. Wonder if there's like a change. No, just 2 Vikings to prevent like a drop. Where are the armies at, though? Gypsy Danger heavy on the economy. Kamikaze heavy on army. So I guess it all comes down to, like, who takes the better fight. That's nice catch on the move out. Ooh, I like the run by force here. Pull the Terran army out of position. Pull Gypsy out of position and then run these in to kill some workers. So even if you can't hold the full front fight, you're not in a bad spot here. We'll try to get the all sides of it in. Air superiority, though, clearly going to Gypsy Danger. We do have some SCVs going down somewhere. Yeah, but Kamikaze just abandoning the position. Finally, the run by comes in. Imagine if this had come by, like, I don't know, 30 seconds sooner. That would have been tough. He does get most of these units away. Maybe he didn't lose a single one. That allowed Kamikaze to catch up in workers here, and he still has a pretty hefty army supply lead as well. So. Is it a Doom drop? Oops. Here we go. There's one turret here. That's not going to be enough. Is this going to be the game-ending damage that Kamikaze is looking for, though? He gets the tank siege, but there is a Liberator on top with most of them. Marines rush in knowing that that's going to be what could end the push if nothing else does. I just feel like this is going to get shut down super hard. I mean, okay, I guess I'm wrong. It was looking like it might, but now it looks like there's nothing that can stop it. Yep, GG is called. Kamikaze. Gonna take game one, and we are off to the races here at the Vulcan Cup Championship 2023. Game number 2 is going to be on Babylon. I'm gonna do my best to keep the commercial breaks down to a minimum here. Because we got a lot of games to get through. And, of course, that means that fewer breaks in the action for you guys. So I'm sure you guys are ecstatic about that as well. Cyberjohn in the chat says Alpha X. Yeah, I saw that. Before the stream, I went and tried to find that clan tag. But when you just search EX, there's like, I don't know. It's not a broad enough search term. It returns like 50 different clans. And I wasn't about to go sifting through them all. But do you know if that's what it is? The EX thing? Let me know. All right. In the bottom right, the Red Terran and possibly the most handsome man in this tournament for Xmas, he is Kamikaze. And in the upper left, the purple Protoss, he is Gypsy Danger. Gypsy Danger is such a cool name. I don't know why I like it so much. Oh, man. I wonder if we can do this here. Can I just click the photo? It's so funny. Oh, let me see if I can show you guys this. It's both players are opening standards, so we're not really going to be missing anything by doing this. Is it going to pick up the right browser window? No, it's not. There it is. Look at this man. This is Kamikaze. This is the picture that either he or somebody else uploaded to Wikipedia. Oh my gosh. He doesn't need a jersey. He doesn't need the arms crossed pose. No. That man lets his chiseled jawline do the talking. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take it a little bit more serious, like 7% more serious. Factories out of both players. We got a reactor coming down on this side though. That means that this Reaper is going to be all by his lonesome for a second. Ooh, it's going to take the ladder into this fight too if he's not careful. Fighting up a ramp like that, that's never where you want to be when that fight starts, at the bottom of a ramp. He figures it out though. Gets going while the getting's good. Cyberjohn in chat says, I don't know what EX is. Maybe something like EX Finest, or at least a similar meaning. Maybe Dove Toaster knows. You saying that creates the assumption that I know what those two words mean when you put them together in a sentence like that. I'm assuming Dove Toaster is a person? Dove Toaster. Oh, I just got like a visual image of a Dove Toaster. It was not good. Oh, Dave Testa. Okay. Dove Toaster. Was that a Dove Toaster bat? Bored. What the hell? Yeah, I saw some of the previous group pick documents for this tournament. And they have like the usual text from the group pick stream if you guys were here, I think yesterday or the day before. But they're plastered with memes. Just every available inch of that Google Doc had StarCraft memes on it. So I'm under the impression that this is a much more lighthearted, laid-back tournament. You know, that despite the fact that the winner is getting $300, second place is 120, third and fourth is 60, and it pays down all the way to 28. But yeah, just the general tone of it is just, you know, a bunch of nerds having fun. You love to see it. Forgot a Hellion there, buddy. Let's see what we got in the main base. Ooh, Vikings coming out right in the nick of time. That means this is going to be a one-way trip for this army, but it's going to get so many workers in the process. Ooh. 7 workers is a lot. They're going to try to jump on the tank. A little bit of mismicro with a KD8 charge. Popcorns most of his own units. And yeah, that's going to buy the tank the time it needs to survive. The Vikings the time they needed to land. And that's going to be 9 SCVs going down. He did lose the medevac in the process, but I imagine Kamikaze's got to be happy with that amount of damage. He's enjoying a 7-worker lead at 440. That is super early for a 7-worker lead. So yeah, now it's going to be on Gypsy Danger to get some work done. But we see he's got 2 tanks. What else is he sending with this? The 2 Vikings, no doubt. Oh, the Cyclone pick off in the middle of the map, though. He's going to land, but yeah, they're never going to catch that Cyclone. That's a free Viking and a good read on the army coming across the map. So Kamikaze now knows exactly what to expect. There's like very little here, but there's also not enough units here from Gypsy, I think, to get much done. And we weaken up the Viking too. Good call on the Viking. That's going to allow him to maintain that air superiority. I mean, there's 2 tanks at this point. Yeah, he's got to leave. Like, the Vikings can just clear the skies and then land on the tanks. And with that bonus damage versus mechanical, clean him up in no time. EX, like people who were good some time ago? Maybe. Ooh, Cyclone just got exploded. Yeah, I think Gypsy Danger overstayed his welcome a little bit. And if Kamikaze has decent micro, he can pick off one or both of these tanks in the retreat. I really thought Vikings were faster, but they seem to just like barely catch the tanks. Is he just content to follow them home? I figured that he wanted like overtake them and land. Maybe not though. Let me take a peek at what's going on here. We have a second starport here out for Gypsy Danger. Second starport out here for Kamikaze as well. Okay then. I don't know if they agreed to make it just a Viking fight or what. The Liberator's an interesting decision here. I mean, with Kamikaze grouping up his Vikings like this, the splash might actually be impactful here. Yeah, he's clumping them super hard. Lands them immediately. I like the Liberator siege. Really should siege it on the tank, though. Yeah, a little bit of mismicro by Kamikaze. He's going to end up losing all these Vikings. He did get the tank out, though. The Liberator did not re-siege. The Liberator die? Gypsy let some of the Vikings get away. Good call on him to start heading across the map, though. His worker count, though, 34 versus 41. Has not been able to catch up in that department. Picking off some units mid-map. They do go ahead and kill the Viking. Or the Liberator, sorry. Here's those two that got away. They, in fact, did not get away. Gypsy Danger. Taking a victory by catching some misrallied units mid-map, tying up the series. Yeah, I was wondering how Kamikaze planned on holding that after it got back to his side of the map, but hey, now I know he didn't plan on holding it at all. Takes us to game 3. Music loud. It's a little loud. We're gonna kick it down just a smidge. All right, the series is taking us to game 3 on Royal Blood. Ooh. Oop, I was about to set camera location hotkeys. Yeah, I'm so silly. That EX very clearly stands for Eximus. Like, what else could it possibly stand for? Oh well. Spawning in the bottom left, the red Terran player, he is Kamikaze. And in the upper right, the purple Terran, he is Gypsy Danger. Yeah, Gypsy Danger in game 2 really able to turn a bad situation right around. He had a tank teaching away at some of his add-ons. He had Liberators in his main base, not Liberators, Vikings in his main base, and yeah. Kamikaze overextended a little bit. Gypsy Danger capitalized. All right, once again, very standard stuff. No proxies. We went 3 TVTs without so much as 1 proxy barracks. This is like, these are some honorable Terrans. Now, we did do group picks for group stage 2. Oh, I guess I can't mention that or that'll be spoilers. Frick. Dang it, the only knowledge I have about this tournament is foreknowledge and spoiler ridden. But is it even okay to call yourself a gypsy? I don't know. Is that like only gypsies can call somebody a gypsy? Oh yeah, this guy's from Denmark. Maybe this is a slur. I don't even know. I am but a humble, uneducated American who was never properly taught on such matters of like I don't know. It feels like a purely European instance because I've asked some of my American friends about the word gypsy, and it's like they didn't know what I was talking about. They're like, yeah, why would that word be a problem? I'm like, I guess it is for some people. I don't know. But we're only using it on this stream in the context of this person's gamer tag. There are plenty of forums for the finer points of political discussions and discussions about political correctness. This stream is not one of them. All right, here we go. I just think Kamikaze could... Yeah, he just got a lot of stuff here. Oh, the Hellion Splash. Okay, nice focus fire on those important units here, but there's still so much left over for Kamikaze. Cyclone going to come out, and that's really going to be what saves the day. Nice load on those SCVs, though. Take a look at what was lost. I thought there was only one Hellion from Kamikaze. So he lost one Hellion, but he killed, all that stuff with those 246 units. Oh, you're in Germany? John, that's pretty cool. I'm learning, I've been learning Spanish for years, but I have a friend who's from Germany. So I kind of like forced her into being my tutor. I'm gonna jump on the Cyclone. I don't know what unit was locked onto. I think it was the Hellion. Pickup's gonna cancel lock on. Yeah, it looks like a Reaper died and that was it. But I believe that this push is over. The Viking is gonna shut this down pretty hard. Let's see what we got going on back on Kamikaze's side of the map. It's gonna be a reactor starport. Almost certainly gonna be for Vikings. Ooh, double reactor starport. There's gonna be a ton of. Is this just the standard TVT meta at this MMR? Is just we're gonna build a boatload of Vikings all the time? This can't be right. I feel like I'm being trolled right now. Like maybe they decided they were gonna, like, hey, watch this. We'll just do Viking wars. No double starport here for Gypsy either. The thing that makes the double starport Viking like good in massive quotation marks. The only thing that makes it good is the bonus to mechanical targets that they got while they were landed some time ago. There was a balance patch probably, gosh, over a year ago now. My internal clock is all wonky for long periods of time and things like that. But yeah, especially when you're fighting against mech, like early Terran units, a lot of the best ones you can get are going to be mechanical before you can get a bio ball, if that's the way you do decide to go. So then, yeah, you develop air superiority, and then when you do need to fight the tanks, you just land the Vikings, and they're going to take a shot or two while they get cranked up, but then that bonus damage versus mechanical, whew. I like this siege position. Can it reach, though? No, it can't. Maybe the Cyclone. Yeah, these tanks can't actually reach each other. But being able to reach the gas is, like, just enough to be annoying. He's pulled SCVs to repair it, but, like... So. It's just a refinery, dude. It's gonna go. This does barely tap this corner, too. If he gets vision of it, I think. Oh, there it goes. That's so many Vikings. Yeah, I have no idea how this fight's going to go. Oh, there's only 3 Vikings here. 4 Vikings. Yeah, I think Gypsy Danger just barely wins this fight. Ooh, he's going to try and get the tank, too. This is exactly what I was talking about. So much damage versus mechanical. Reinforcements from Kamikaze looking good, but Gypsy Danger able to push out from that natural. Do we have I thought I saw a third base here. Yeah, Gypsy has a third base already built in base. Huge worker advantage. Just a little bit behind in units right now, but the units that Gypsy does have going to afford him a lot of safety on 2 bases here. He's got a Liberator to push the... he's got double starport Viking, just like his opponent. He has a Liberator here to break siege positions, and he has some siege tanks on the ground. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Gypsy Danger with some additional factories here in short order. Yeah, there's a second one. As soon as I said that. It's going to be mech or bio? Vikings. I was like, I wonder what Kamikaze's going to build. Just Vikings. The SCV repair squad coming out. I wonder what the medevac is for. Is this just to pick up tanks? It's got to be, right? All right, once again, we're going to be looking at the siege lines. Ooh, landing right on top of the tanks. That is a lot of the power here for our Purple Terran player. Kamikaze senses that he got some big pickups. What was in the middle of the map here? Something killed the little repair squad SCVs. Yeah, now Kamikaze's on a warpath, but there's so many additional workers for Gypsy. It's all a matter of, does he have the units to back it up? It doesn't look like he does. Kamikaze just is not building any additional workers. He's like, I'm on 2 base and I'm only going to be on 2 base. Yeah, I don't think that the repairing SCVs matters. If you have enough to one-shot him, Kamikaze going to take game 2. And yeah, that's some points on the board for Kamikaze there. All right, we're rocking and rolling right along. Let's go ahead and get these matches updated. Kamikaze did give up a point to Gypsy Danger though, so it's not like Gypsy Danger's down and out. You know, he's got the 1 point. That is going to take us to our next match, which is Heaven versus Gunner. It's going to be a PvP. First game is on Grezvan. I'm trying to center myself in my little green screen. There we go. This should get me to be a little bit more in frame where I need to be so my arm's not randomly getting cut off. The green screen has like limited space, so I'm having to what was I gonna say? I have to like shrink my little webcam box down quite a bit. All right, we are in Grezvan for game number 1 of our next series. Oops. Let's go ahead and get ready. Spawning in the bottom right for Root Gaming. The green Protoss player, he is Heaven. And in the upper left, the orange Protoss for Platinum Heroes is Gunner. Platinum Heroes, of course, one of 2 sponsors here of the Vulcan Cup, the other being Storm. Shout out to our sponsors. As always, you can see their logos flipping through on the upper right of your screen. Definitely appreciate you guys. I believe this is the biggest Vulcan Cup championship so far. Or maybe the only one? I don't know. I'm looking at recent events. I don't know. Need to get the boss man to give me a fact sheet. Gunner with a proxy going out here. Robo or Gateway? It is going to be a proxy Robo. Been seeing this a lot more often in a lot of my casts in PvP, the proxy Robo. They usually cause the games to be pretty short, like 10 minutes. They're usually over one way or another, so we'll see how this one goes. This is a mild annoyance here out of Heaven. He's like, hey, guess what? Now you're locked in, you jerk. Does he let it complete? No. He does not. Oh my gosh. The Adepts don't scout this. That is so unfortunate. Like, he even did the thing that he needed to do to scout it too. He sent his Adepts way on the outside. They just happen to be... It's unfortunate. Gunner has the probe here. This is going to be the name of the game. These adepts get in. Game is over. Just narrowly catches it. Stalkers across the map. Additional probe. You know what he could do? Shield batteries, but I feel like you don't really have enough. You don't have enough to keep building immortals and also everything else you need. Yeah, so maybe that's going to be that. He's getting warp gate though, so he's going to be able to reinforce from this position. Albeit they will be slow warp ins. Prism, never mind. Prism for rapid warp ins and for juggling these units, because these stalkers are not going to have blink on this attack. What do we have over here? This has got to be a shield battery, right? Yeah, shield battery. Heaven's sussed out that it's going to be some aggression here. Oh, he just lets the pylon complete. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to risk that. Yeah, I think you just recall these at that point. You're like, yeah. Yeah. If he locked this down, he clearly does not want to expand anytime soon. Ooh, Sentry joining the fray. It did get warped in back home, though. I'm not sure if that's the unit I would send unescorted across the map. Yeah, I think this is the only logical thing. Puts the pressure on back at home. You're not going to recall him for defense, which I don't think that would be great with the defense. Putting the pressure on that pylon on the door is the next best thing to do. There was an Oracle here. 0 kills, though, got batted away. There was a double stalker here. Double stalker and shield battery, so that means it's going to be less power on the main fight. Heaven on the defense, but the Immortal is chunking the health of this gateway. And at this stage of the game, those gateways, that's an important production structure here for Heaven. He does replace it, but it's going to take a minute. Why do we see idleness going on? Adept's finally taken care of. Has Heaven broken all the way out of this? I like the Void Ray. Void Ray gets bonus damage versus armor targets. It does make it a little bit of a target itself. They don't have the highest hit point pool. But that's sustained DPS on the back of the army when you're limited to just the gateway for production. Yeah, fine choice. Gets the second one, goes back into Oracles. Of course, 2 Oracles is the name of the game for, what's it called? To instantly kill these probes, even if there's a shield battery here. Ooh, I didn't realize using the Void Ray on the Prism was like a thing to do. This is what I said about using them. How many hit points does that thing have? 4 hit points. That was risky. Did take a lot of the hull off of this prism, though. This prism is gonna... We talked about things making themselves into targets. Those Voiders are a target. Well, that prism is a target. Very low health. Accounts for a lot of the mobility of this army as well. Ooh, the Adepts to shade in. This is a nice touch. Units pulled away, but he's not really capitalizing on it by attacking at the front. He's just microing the Adepts. Gets 4, backs off. Those 2 Adepts got 5. They've backed off, but he didn't leverage that. Like, normally you'd send the Adepts, you'd pull all the army, and that would get you up the ramp with your main force, right? Like, you'd be able to get up there, at least kill off the Void Ray or 2, since they don't really have a whole lot of defense on the ground. Maybe snag another gateway. I mean, you already have your opponent contained on 2 bases. It does require a great deal of multitask, though, so... Little bit of miss micro here from Heaven means he's only going to get 1 additional probe before getting shoot away, and one of those oracles is going to be worse for wear. Sure. Yeah, Gunner seems content with the contain, but he's not doing anything with it. Gunner really needs to expand here if he wants to get anything done, but I guess he has the pylon. So he can't get a probe on that side of the map. There was one over here. I guess it's not over there anymore. Revelation goes down, but Gunner quick draw McGraw over here. was able to get one of the oracles in return. Oh, here's the probe. Yeah, this probe could easily be taken to base. Uh-oh. Sorry, my cat jumped on me. We're going to back it up a second. This is the benefit of casting from replays. So Heaven sees the army and says, we're just going to go for it. Let's watch the fight. Oh, charge is complete. Those, oh my gosh. Those force fields are so goated. Is it going to be enough, though? He's not focusing down the Void Rays. Like, the Zealots are tough, yeah, but that's like the real damage is that bonus damage versus armor. Even with half of his forces not fighting there, he was still able to overwhelm Gunnar, and I think it was Gunnar's decision to not focus down the Void Rays on the attack. Because then you could, I was going to say, you have Blink. Be able to just get away from that point. Deal with the Void Rays. There are way better attacking retreating units. The Robo shut down. Heaven's army supply is great. His worker count is great too. Why? There's so few workers here. And yeah, we're just warping it at home. So Gunnar did this contain for so long. Didn't take a natural expansion with it. And I'm just left thinking, like, yeah, what did you think was going to happen? Heaven's so confused. He's like, maybe he has a ninja base. There should be a base here. Like, that's the whole point of the contain. You build just enough to contain, make it dangerous, and then expand yourself and saturate it. And when as soon as you can no longer contain, you just retreat with those units. You did the damage. Your naturals mining, they're just getting there started. But yeah, I mean, we see Heaven making that. He's like, well, okay. He's retreated to his main base. I'm just gonna take an expansion myself, and I guess macro up. He's got his base like, oh, he caught the proxy pylon too, just scouting around for ninja bases. Oh, the stasis ward that was randomly I heard caught the probe. So he's leaving his zealots out here. This is like the only proxy pylon probe. Does the probe have full vision? Oh, it totally does. Goodbye. Uh-oh. Magnath, what's up, my dude? The Grand Poobah himself. Yeah, charge lots means that he can push this back quite a bit. All right, we're dancing. Heaven's in a great position, though. He's got the army supply advantage. He has his natural up and running. The natural here from Gunnar is still in progress. Yeah, Gunnar is in a tough spot. He had Heaven contained and then just didn't expand behind it. Oh, this is going to be crucial. Oh, yeah, it's go time. I don't think Heaven's stopping. He's like, nope, going for the throat now. Because he can chase this army all the way back. Oh, is he just going to trap the army? I think most of it can blink away, though. Yeah, see? I would have chased the bit that wasn't... I would have chased the bit that wasn't... stasis warded. This is like a... I mean, I feel like that stasis ward caught more of the army than it didn't. So take the easy fight, push him back, make him defend with like 10 stalkers missing from his army. And Heaven's got DTs. This is mad insult to injury. I love this. It's like, yeah, come at me, bro. I've only 5 workers ahead, though, so Gunner's been hammered on that economy, but, like... Frick, I don't know how to get the income graph up here. Oracle's in the main base. 8 probes. 9 probes. And honestly, if he loses them, I mean, 9 probes at this stage of the game. Yeah, he's knocked down Gunner to back below 1 base saturation worth of economy. 19 drones versus 34. He's down an army supply. Yeah, here's the move out. He's like, ah, well, either this or kill him, or it'll be the final nail in the coffin. I'll just go kill him with follow-up. He's not going to have enough money to replenish the army he's got. And I think Heaven's accurately surmised that he has the bigger force. I mean, he just lost the 2 oracles to it. He's like, yeah, it's my game all day. Guardian Shield protecting precisely 0 of these stalkers. Yeah, every loss is going to be way easier for Heaven to replace than Gunner, so. We got DTs here from Gunner, too. Try to get himself back in the game. Blanks on top of Gunner's forces. And yeah, this just feels like game sense from Heaven. He's like, I know you don't have money like that. I know I'm way ahead on workers. Ooh, we do have some DTs here in the natural, though. We'll have to keep an eye on that. This could be the great equalizer. I think Heaven just has more stalkers here. I think the DTs have been hemmed up down here. Yeah, they have. Heaven takes game number 1. The great equalizer. Yeah, let me throw a VIP on. There we go. It's going to take us to game number 2. It's on Neo-Humanity for a PvP. If there's no proxies in this game, I feel like Neo-Humanity has a lot of different opportunities to proxy a lot of different areas where they can be good. Also, they've been super popular. Why am I... My frame rate was dipping for a second. No clue what was going on there. But we got it hemmed up. It looks like we're flipping servers here because we have Heaven on a different IGN. That's fine. We know who he is. In the upper left, the green Protoss. He is Heaven. And in the bottom right, the yellow Protoss, Gunner. Sorry for missing the teal event. Oh, it's all good. All the admins are EU. Yeah, I know some of the tournament organizers have the ability to just confirm events themselves. So I didn't know if that was you. If you were somebody who could Just throw it up there and confirm it immediately. Little probe scouting going on. We're going to go do some reconnaissance as much as we can anyway on these players. I think one of my favorite things to do while looking up players like this is to see who has a picture uploaded on their stuff. So Heaven and Gunner both don't have profiles. How Heaven doesn't have a Wikipedia profile is beyond me. But hey, here we are. Heaven does stream though, so I guess it would be easy enough to figure out what he looks like. Wouldn't it be funny if we created a Wikipedia page for Heaven and just ripped like a screenshot from his stream of him making the least flattering face possible? You should take a look at their player cards to get a chance to save them. No, resend them to me. I didn't get a chance to set them up for this stream. That, and I thought that not all of the players had them, so it didn't really seem fair to me to use some and not others. I saw the guy who makes them and they're asking for more. Oh my gosh. Heaven's gonna be having some problems here in a moment. Oh, he scouts it. The random rally and the hallucination scouts it. Heaven's like, oh wait, what? You can't just be doing that. Oh, that's funny. You know, the craziest part is if he had put it in this corner, neither the rally nor the hallucination would have scouted it if he had just put it a little bit further to the left. Box the gateway out here, so we're gonna have is there something else back here? A fourth gateway. Okay. 4-gate blink here from Gunner. In game number 2. This is gonna be his avenue to even up the series. I feel like a bold move, Cotton, is in order. We'll see how it goes though. Are these both shield batteries? Yeah, they're both shield batteries, but only the one pylon for both of them. Oh yeah, I forgot the player cards. They'll have some pictures too, but the players can use whichever picture they want for the player cards, so it's not always a picture of the player themselves. All right, Blink's finishing up. I think that's the catalyst for this attack beginning, but there's Guardian Shield on the menu. It's going to be an Immortal any moment now. Yeah, I think abandoning this pylon is a not so great idea. Well, I can't even one-shot the sentries with this build right now, though. Yeah, I think that this is just all the way held at this point. I mean, that Stalker count is getting really scary. You're just building the additional pylons out of the box. Heaven has great vision, though, so he knows that this is coming from a mile away. Oof. Ooh, finally the green beam is baited out. That took a minute, but it's going to be the one green beam we got. But we have a second Immortal joining the fray here. Finally enough Stalkers to start meaningfully one-shotting units here. This force field actually doing mad work, limiting the surface area for the orange Stalkers here on Neo-Humanity. More shield batteries, though. These two are really low on energy, and we got, what is this? Oh, it's a backup pylon and a third shield battery. I don't think that these are getting blocked, unfortunately. Double Adept in the main base, getting 3 probes so far. Finally getting cleaned up. Heaven doesn't have anything on Gunner's side of the map, though. But it's just like, he's on 2 bases. And, you know, you can tell by seeing how many stalkers Gunner is making. I was like, okay, there's no way he could afford 2 bases off of this. So Heaven knows all he has to do is hold here. He's still building probes behind this. He almost has 2 base full saturation with gases. He does have 2 base mineral saturation. And yeah, this is just... Is this 4 additional gateways? 3 additional gateways going down. And yeah, Heaven in a good position. Gunner, this is just... Yeah, he has to end it. Yeah, I think he knows. It's now or never. But there's 3 immortals here. He just gets the 1. GG is called. Evan going to take this one in a 2-0. All right, we're going to be heading over to that spoiler-free bracket real quick. Updating our results. There we go. Don't mind that. Just downloading the player cards. See if I can throw them in here at a moment's notice. But this is the bracket so far. Let's see if it updated. Oh, it did. And it made it ugly. All right, cool. We'll just do it like this. So far, that's our standard. Heaven and Kamikaze at the top. Gypsy Danger and Gunner at the bottom. But this is a round robin group, so we still have 4 more best 3 series left to go today. Going to be taking just a short break, 2 minutes, and then when we come back, let's see where our next match is going to be. It's going to be Gunner versus Gypsy Danger. So some players that we've already seen. Let's see what they got in store for us. That's going to be a Protoss versus Terran. Coming up after the short break. Don't go anywhere. We still got like easily 6 more hours of StarCraft 2 left to go. We'll be right back after a short break. All right, welcome back to the Vulcan Cup 2023 Championship. My name is Just Jordan, and now that we have some ads out of the way, that means new people coming into the stream aren't going to be forced to see them before they get into the action. We got 39 minutes of that. So without further ado, let's take advantage of that ad-free time, baby. We got Gunner versus Gypsy Danger coming up. Make sure I got the right one up. It's going to be Neo Humanity first. TVP action. I think in this group, Kamikaze is the only one with a Wikipedia page. And it was, to be a non-pro player, it's an extensive Wikipedia page. There's quite a few information on there. Be pretty neat if we got all these players won, but I feel like it'd be a lot of work as well. Well worth it though. Let's go ahead and get into the game. Game 1, PvP, best of 3 on Neo Humanity. Spawning in the bottom right, the purple Terran player is Gypsy Danger. And in the upper left, the orange Protoss for Platinum Heroes, he is Gunner. I also forgot to mention that Gypsy Danger rocking the Berserker clan tag. It's pretty dope. Yeah, Thor squad. So there's the Valhalla squad, which appears to be like the pro squad. Then there's Thor squad EU and Thor squad NA. So we got Holden and Universe on Thor squad NA. Holden, an NA player who I've cast in game. Ooh, Sephiron as well. Many of you will know who that is. And then Universe, I believe, is another player in this tournament. We got Gypsy Danger on the EU side with Sated and Space Marine. If those are names that you recognize. I don't know how involved my audience is with the semi-pro scene, but we try to stay pretty active here on the stream. Especially with NA StarCraft. The EU guys I'm not going to be as familiar with, but NA StarCraft is my jam for sure. But we got a TVP. Let's see what we got. Marine. Is this from Marine first? Marine first Terran player with a factory already on the way. It's going to be a reactor. Yeah, so fast Hellions. Already with a proxy pylon, though, so. Whole lot of craziness going on. This is going to be 2 gateways so far. Maybe some blink aggression? Not really sure what else you'd want the forward gateway for so fast. Him seeing the lack of natural, though, I feel like that if you were going blink aggression early, you really want something to munch on down here as the Protoss. This is, yeah, this seems like a one base plays. Factory finishes, starport begins. Here's a Widow Mine. Double Marine production coming out of this. Yeah, this just feels like one base plays here out of Gypsy Danger. It's a little bit unfortunate though, because I think Gunner has, you know, accidentally the right response. He has a natural, he's droning it up. And he was going for what appeared to me to be an aggressive build himself. Chronoing out an Adept. Chronoing out Warp Gate. He's got 3 gates, including one that can be pretty aggressive. I just feel like this is so likely to be scouted, though. Nope, not today. I really thought that it was going to be scouted. Guess not. Double Adept here. These might scout the Widow Mine with their face. Oh, wouldn't that be tragic if the shade is, if they shaded across? Yeah, Warp Gate's about to finish. Ooh. Pow. Well, he's going to lose the Widow Mine for this, but at least he knows what's coming. That's a lot of Marines. But they're also sand stem. Ooh, if he starts getting units picked off like this. I did say Gunner had an advantage, but it seems like he's desperate to throw it away. Got some Warp and Stalker Zealot. Stalker Zealot to go with the Adepts. Okay. Robo about half done. In the main base. Both players. Both players looking to be aggressive, but I guess Gunner is the one willing to give up ground. I mean, he's got the 2 bases. There's no need for him to take a fight right here, right? Okay, he clearly did not listen. This is like how you would throw this game. This is like the way to throw. Yeah, but Gypsy Danger is like, if you're going to go, go. He still doesn't know about the proxy, by the way. Now he knows. Also, it's Robo with this. It's no blink. I feel like you just return with these units and you send these units here. Yeah, this is exactly right. Ooh, nice little hot pickup there by Gypsy Danger. Drops it just in time to kill that weak Stalker and picks it back up. SCV's here to replenish some health. Proxy's hemmed up nicely, but yeah, Gypsy Danger's still on one base. Says, you know what, TVP, not my favorite matchup. I think I'm just going to one base. This is where the main fight is. We're going to have to flip over here. Stalker's on the retreat, just kind of derping out. I feel like those could have been sequestered off. Immortal, though, focusing down the tank. This is a crucial part of this engagement. Nice split on those units. Means no splash damage for this tank. The second one's going to go down. And yeah, it looks like that extra mineral eco here from the natural is doing big things. It's like the Adept got about 6 probes. They didn't make with the game heart, so I didn't get the worker kills count pop up. I don't think 6 probes is going to cut it, though. Like that, in other circumstances, that would be really good damage. Here, much less. Nice spacing, nice siege positions. See, this is where he wanted to be a moment ago, but now I just don't think it matters. Is he really going to let this finish? No way. Like, the bunkers aren't even in position of anything. There's no need to break this position at all. I mean, you're getting a prism. You can honestly send these adepts across the map. That's what I would do. I would shade them away and be like, yeah, okay, I'm just going to go attack you now. You won't be able to reinforce with anything. This parade push action would stop immediately. Okay, this tank is starting to get scary. I think it's just barely in range of this shield battery. Nice little prism micro gets a tank. Yeah, so all the tanks are gone. And I think that he's like, yeah, now's the time to pull the trigger. There is an Immortal in the background. It's not getting any love from the shield battery. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, GG is called. Gunner, rock solid defense here, despite some wackiness in the middle. And yeah, going to seal the deal in game 1. That's going to bring us to Grezvon for game 2. Gunner with a 1-0 lead. Let's see what Gypsy Danger can get done here. Skull emoji. I think you can just put the skull emoji. Oh yeah, it's just skull surrounded by parentheses. Parentheses? No, colon, sorry. The only other one I know is thinking. But yeah, all of the basic emotes, you can type certain things in the inside of colons, and that'll make them pop up. All right, we're here in game number 2 on Grezvon. The purple Terran in the bottom right for Berserker. He is Gypsy Danger. And in the upper left, the orange Protoss for Platinum Heroes. He is Gunner. probe getting the lay of the land. He is in the main a little early. So I don't really know what he's going to be able to get done here. SCV getting the full scout off as well. I mean, I guess this is the... Are you proxying your barracks across the map, or is your first gateway across the map? Things like that. It's like we got a standard game coming out of these two. That'd be nice for a change. We're going to try to get up the cliff. No dice. That is... Oh, that's a Twilight. I just kind of assumed that was another gate before I saw that. But yeah, Twilight coming in. If he clicked on that, he's going to get a read. Doesn't really mean too much. Typically, Blink and Charge are standard versus Terran. We saw Gypsy Danger play Mech in one of his TVTs earlier today. I wonder if we're going to see some Mech versus Protoss play. That would be an interesting little switch up. Reaper gonna get into the Protoss main base. See basically everything there is to see. Is it gonna get all the way to the back too? Sees most of it. Maybe if someone was right here, they would have missed it. But slipped in, got a pretty good read. There's nothing too crazy to be seen there. Twilight with Blink on the way, and yeah, off to a pretty normal start. Wait, let's the Adept finish. That has to be a misplay. Mind drop coming out of Gypsy Danger. Uh-oh. You hate to see it. Oh, he canceled it to save the probe. What a god. Gunner cares about his probes. This spot is dangerous, though. This is like just big enough to drop some Marines in. And then Zealots can't get to him. Oh. 3 mines and 3 probes killed. This one, if he had pulled that a little bit further, that splash would have affected the clump of probes, and that would have been really bad. So, good on Gunner. Nice micro there. Mine drops are one of those things that it's usually fairly straightforward to deal with, but like the slightest bit of miss micro and it could really ruin your day. Blink Stalkers coming out to the north here. What are they looking for? Raven identifies that observer. And I think this is just Blink. Blink is finished up. So he's going to go ahead and ward this off. I think the auto turret was a little unnecessary, but you know, better safe than sorry. Low cost of just some Raven energy. Did they play the same map twice? I don't believe so. No. The first one was Neo Humanity. Because Gunnar had that he had the gateway in the middle of the map in the little slow zone area. And Gypsy Danger tried to one base and went around it and almost didn't scout it. Then there was all the, the siege outside of Gunnar's natural. And then the immortal drops on the tanks. It's a pretty good game, all things considered. Zealot's coming around. Is there anything to do? Oh, right on time. Weird things going on this game. I don't know if it's just like a timing thing, but Gypsy Danger build in these the second that a prism comes down here. Oops, some Widow Mines get jumped on here in the middle of the map. And then we had like a Marine come by over this way with Stalkers moving in that direction at the exact moment to defend against that. No micro on the prism means that Zealot is on a one-way trip. It could be really annoying. Does get an SCV. It's 2 SCVs. That's 2 more than I thought I would get. This is going to be a 4th base out of Gypsy Danger, so it looks like both players content to play a longer macro game. Both went for very aggressive builds there in game 1. Game 2, Gypsy Danger's like, no, I'm going to play my game, do my thing. He is going bio, though, so no mech here out of Gypsy Danger. I'm very disappointed. I love seeing mech versus Protoss, just as a general rule of thumb. Not because I think it's good. It's just different and interesting. Oh, this guy got sliced in half. Jesus. Little scouting. Zealot sees the 4th base heading over. That's a good read. Gives you an idea of the state of the game, state of your opponent's economy. Gunnar himself does have a 4th base going down now, but he is only just getting his 4th base. Gypsy is going to be a little bit ahead in that fashion. Usually it's the Protoss and a PVT that has the base lead, just barely though. 2-2 and ship weapons coming down for our Terran player. We have 2+2+1 on the way here from our Protoss. So double forge, with Chrono, that's gonna allow Gunnar to get ahead, stay ahead in the upgrade department. Signaling that army comp, there's 3 sentries here. The real deal is going to be the 3 big heads. Ooh, the 2 disruptors following as well. So healthy amount of AoE here from Gunnar. Let's see how Gypsy Danger is going to handle this. He is fighting into a planetary. Neither player appears to have anything else out on the map. It's just this. Oh, okay. Both of the disruptors get shut down right at the last second, but it looks like they weren't even necessary. The rest of this army is just absolutely annihilated. Vikings are going to try to chase these Colossus, but Stalkers are not having it. And Gunnar just takes a phenomenal fight. He's enjoying a 20 army supply lead at this point. Only lost 1 of his Colossus, 1 of his disruptors. A lot of his losses were in the Zealot department. Oh, and yeah, look who just arrived. Double disruptor production, and also, what is that, 2-3-2 coming down? So he is going to be behind slightly on upgrades, but it's going to be minuscule and not for very long. Fusion Core on the way. Might get to see some capital ships here out of our Terran player. This could also be for lip range, which is more likely, albeit not as fun. Ooh, Vikings focused on another Colossus. They have an insane range. Another Colossus goes down just off of some bad micro. They're not being replenished either. We're fully into Disruptor territory. I really feel like the Colossus need to be rebuilt. You know, like it's sustained DPS. Once all of your Disruptors are done, then you have no DPS. You're just a gateway army. So having one or two also forces out some Vikings. There's a 5th base down here from Gunner. So he is expanding behind this. I feel like that was the problem that he had in his games versus his games versus Heaven. Sorry, I was drawing a blank on who it was that he played. Yeah, his games versus Heaven. He struggled to expand. He got the contain down and then just kind of sat there without expanding. So happy to see that that change there. Oh, I so hope I don't murder this name, but Juvator? Where's the emphasis in this name? Juvator? Hello, sir. Hope you're enjoying the cast. Even I don't know? Yeah, I don't feel bad then. I love how you don't know, but then Magna says, I said it right. Sixth base coming down as well. So yeah, he's just like, I can't really break you, but I can take the map while I keep you contained. So I think I'll do that. But there's another base down here for Gypsy Danger. So, you know, he's holding on. He's like, I can't fight this right now or don't want to. Ooh, that could have been way worse than it was. There are some Ghost Liberators coming out. +3 attack is the... Oh my gosh, that was gross. Ugh. Brilliant shot. Gunner just going to rotate around. He's like, this should be a little bit softer. Ooh, this is a orbital. Why is that an orbital? You really need 4 orbitals? That's going to make that... So if I was the Protoss player, I'd be like, yeah, that's my new target because that's not a... that's not a planetary. Yeah, so many disruptors, he can almost just nuke this down with disruptors. How many is this? Oh, that's 10 disruptors. He has enough that he can constantly have 2 out at a time. Is he still building more? Oh my gosh, we have a mothership on the way. Reminder to chat to contain your excitement. You like watching the game and it's not red and blue for once? Well, as long as the colors are vastly different, I don't care if they're red or blue. Like orange and purple is exactly the colors that I used to use when I would play StarCraft. Like when I would ladder, orange and purple were my personal and team colors, or personal and enemy colors respectively. 400, 400? Yeah, let's see if it's minus 400, 400. Gosh, this thing takes forever. Can we get some chronos, please? Mr. Gunner, sir. Ooh, Liberator sieging up right on this army, but I feel like that's throwing away a lot. I love that he throws the balls the wrong way. Oh, a couple of those look like they could have went the opposite way. This fight... How did this fight go this way? Recall means that some of these are going to get home. Okay. All right, okay, boys are being pulled for some reason. There's the mothership. Now's the time. Let's see a time warp. Use the ability. I guess if you're just going to crush it, you don't want to use the time warp. Constant scans on this army. Can't shoot what you can't see. Look at the charge being led here. I mean, these two gentlemen. There's even a scan. Oh. Your efforts were not in vain, fine sirs. 4 carriers joining the fray. We're at 5 disruptors after all is said and done. And of course, Big Bertha, the 400 herself. What do we got for a Terran player? There's some ghosts, 9 liberators, 6 Vikings. Yeah, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that mothership, with that level of air force here out of Gypsy Danger, is going to be lasting for very long. A little bit of skirmishes up here, stopping a base from going down. That's 2, almost 3 probes. Oh, there we go. More probes. It's like 2 zealots. They're causing so much problems here on the purple side of the map. Gypsy Dangerous Max has quite a bank. Gunner not maxed. And relatively no bank. That's so many liberators. And there goes the mothership. Can I get a -400 in chat, please? Does he remake it, though? This is the real question. Oh, he immediately remakes it. What a god. And he's chronoing it. Let's go. Me and my friends had a discussion about the worst unit in StarCraft. Because my Terran buddy is trying to tell us that it's the Hellbat. And we had to remind him that the mothership exists. Oh. Those disruptors hit basically nothing. That one was a little bit better. Here's the main fight, but everything on the ground is going to die. Big time. Yeah, all the disruptors just being rallied into the fray. There's not a lot of interceptors on these. Yeah, but the Stalker reinforcement is going to shoo away all the Vikings. Sorry, kill all the Vikings. Oh, and the medevac just for good measure. Yeah, you don't get to run away with anything. So we're down at 4 carriers. 4 went down during that battle. Jupiter in chat. Jupiter? That almost sounds like Jupiter. I couldn't remember the way that I said it that was decided upon it being right. It says, yeah, that's the opposite of how it should go. But, well, you know, the mothership is the great equalizer. What can I say? Nice control here at a gunner, too. He's like, okay, I got to run the carriers back and let the stalkers just kind of hang out and shoot Vikings. Vikings do have a ton of range, but, I mean, it's not like you can just aim with them and expect them to not get shot by stalkers here. Supplies are about even. Much larger bank here from Gypsy Danger. It just seems like Mr. Danger is unable to take an ideal fight. He's had a couple instances where there was potential for him to get an advantage in a fight. It's been a problem for like 25 years now. You just got to pick one, or else you're going to get Guy in chat. And I don't want you to be Guy in chat for the remainder of your stay here, you know? But I will. Anytime I can't pronounce a Twitch name or there's something questionable in it, I just say Guy in chat. Because the guy in chat knows who I'm talking to. Juve works? Okay. I can get behind that. The scan. Yes, it's big. It's back. It's better than ever. The mothership. He's just been using it for cloak, though. Like, this thing has abilities, man. That is time warp and recall and whatever that other thing is. I don't feel bad about not knowing exactly what the mothership does. We see it like 1 out of every 100 games or so. Gunner is kind of back in the game now. Yeah, anytime you let a Protoss get a maxed out army, they're in the game. Protoss is capable of deleting units so fast. We got only 4 disruptors, though. He did go back into building Colossi, but I think that particular moment of the game has passed. They are very micro-friendly units, though. Disruptors kind of rely on micro to do any damage. Colossi just kind of get damage. Oh, those Widow Mine shots were good. Whoa! Thank you for the follow, Juve. Is he really going to chase this? That's so dangerous. There's disruptors in this army. Oh, I guess it just doesn't matter. There's so many Vikings. Minus 400, 400 again. Interceptors, though. There's the time boob, finally. Yeah, Gunner is already maxed out again. Gypsy is down like 40 supply. The trades are roughly even. And the map is split? Oh, no. Gunner has an additional base. He has to take out the mothership. That's what makes it a good unit. Well, I noticed that as he was EMPing units, they were no longer cloaked even if they were in the field of the mothership. So you're already EMPing units. It doesn't seem like a bad idea. Is he remaking it, though? No, he doesn't have the available supply. Sorry, I had a cat jump in my lap again. Oh, that's the trigger pull right there. Where's the EMPs at? There we go. Here's a couple. An EMP on the infestors. On the interceptors would be crucial, though. I guess better than that is to just focus down the carriers. I think Gypsy Danger just found his moment. He's going to clear up the rest of these big, beefy units. That's all of the tech. We are down to gateway units here for Gunner. Gypsy Danger still has a handful of ghosts for Ghost. And, yeah. But the problem being now is that Gypsy Danger no longer is the one with the bank. The bank goes to Gunner. And Gunner still has upgrades to get. He has 3/3 plus 3 air weapons. This is a nice pickup. This is the right move. But already some minerals has been mined from this. And in a game of attrition, like this is going to be the base that gets fought over. There's a little bit of a trade here, but like, yeah, this is a 3/3 Protoss army. I think that they can honestly kill the planetary. If he had A moved it, he could have killed it. Ooh, Gypsy being a little bit aggressive. He knows he has a good fight. Wants to take advantage of that. EMPs the entire army. That was so many EMPs. Like, he just spammed it. But honestly, he hits so much Protoss. I'm fine with it. Oh, I didn't realize there was all those carriers there. Double stim action as well. Means that this army is going to be a little worse for wear for a while. There's only 3 medevacs left. And none of them have any army. This Shadow Stride. All right, well, that is a way to play the game. Archon's joining the fray. You know that there's ghosts. Oops, sorry about that. Zoom in. You know there's ghosts. You know there's going to be EMP. And you're choosing to go into Archon after that? I don't know, Kev. I don't know if that's going to be the wisest decision. It remains to be seen, but Especially if you're playing against a Terran who's just going to rapid fire his EMPs on the Protoss army, because it was just, there was so many. It was just pew, 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 and all the shields went away. If it weren't for the carriers, that would have been game. Lots of Air Force here. Yeah, not a lot of siege units from a Terran player. He just has the 3 Liberators. There's no tanks, there's no mines. It's just, you know, ghosts. Nothing to really keep the Protoss from moving. Like, you know, there's Liberators and tanks, and the Protoss, like, I don't want to fight into those. And now it's just like, I don't think you can take my army, so if you want to move forward, you have to take a fight. Oh, I don't think this is the fight for Terran. Luckily, there's no storm or anything crazy like that. Yeah, I really thought Gunner could have sealed the deal there. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of stalkers here. There's got to be careful because the Viking count is super high. Yeah, Gunner ahead over 30 supply for like the last 30 seconds. And I don't think he realizes the position he's in. He's like, this gaggle of units just looks terrifying. We have the units tab right up. 19 Vikings. Okay, yeah, I can see why he's scared. But like at this point, like maybe go out of Sky Toss. Like just don't build the flying thing. Your opponent is so heavy in Vikings right now. What is that? 21. That's 42 supply of Vikings. Vikings are 2 supply, right? Yeah, he has like nothing on the ground. Look at this. 14 Marauders. Like 12 Marines, 3 Ghosts. You go Stalker Zealot, and your opponent just dies. Because you'll be cleaning up the bio while the Vikings are trying to land, and then when the Vikings land, they're going to be landing into Zealots, Charge-Lots. Yeah, that was your moment to go up the ramp there, Mr. Gunner. That was it. You missed it. So now we're back to 200, 200, and roughly even bank counts. So it's all going to come down to one big fight. What is this? Guardian Shield? There was a freaking sentry in this army the whole time. Yeah, Archon's underneath the Vikings. Yeah, that's the play of the game right there. He put the Archons underneath the Vikings and they just evaporated. Ooh. All right, that's going to be a 2-0 for Gunner in a 30-minute, 29-minute, 12-second PVT. Wow. Boss man in chat says, "What the hell, Gypsy?" Hey man, he did his best. It's one of those things where we can't all be winners. We all have off days and on days, you know. Just kind of how it is. Let's go ahead and throw it over to that spoiler-free bracket. Make sure I have the right thing brought up. Yeah, spoiler-free bracket. It's going to be Gunner 2-0 versus Gypsy Danger. All right, those results are in. Let's see where they stack up now. Heaven and Kamikaze still sitting at the top with 1 win apiece. Gunner in third and Gypsy Danger at the bottom so far, but we still have, what is this? 3 more matches to go? Yeah, we still have 3 more matches to go. This is a round robin group, not a GSL group. So Kamikaze versus Heaven. Gonna be the next match coming up. It's gonna be a Terran versus Protoss. No Zergs in this group. There's actually precious few Zergs in this tournament overall. Like very, very few. I'm gonna take a peek at that while we get the next game underway. Keeps not clicking the wrong thing. So yeah, Zerg players, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Zergs total. That can't be right. There's really only 4 Zerg players. No, this is group stage 1 only had 3. Oh yeah, because one of the 4 Zerg players was seeded directly into group stage 2. Yeah, So group stage 1 only has 3 Zerg players. It's going to be a very Terran and Protoss heavy night. All right, let's go ahead and get into game number 1. Spawning in the bottom left. For Eximus, the red Terran player Kamikaze. And in the upper right, the green Protoss for Root. He is Heaven. Juve in chat says, I'm not a good enough Zerg. Well, listen, man, I play Zerg too. I just didn't know about this tournament, but let me tell you. If I'd known about the Vulcan Cup sooner, I still wouldn't have qualified. Yeah, I'm not a good enough Zerg either. I took a long break from StarCraft, but I'm getting back into it, and I'm learning to just have fun with the game again like I used to. And I'm not overly concerned about improvement. I still want to improve, of course, but you're already impressed with yourself that you got this far. I mean, that's the name of the game, man. I think in something like this, like StarCraft, we have a tendency to compare ourselves to other people, and I just don't think that that's the right way of looking at it. You got to compare yourself today to yourself before today, and that's where you're going to see progress or a lack of progress. Yeah, we expand here out of Heaven, nothing too crazy. No proxies out of Kamikaze, and we got ourselves a standard game. I'm not really sure who's favored in this particular match. Heaven versus Kamikaze, but you've played over 70 games in the last 2 or 3 days? Good lord. Alright. Kamikaze coming in with the Reaper. Gonna get a probe basically for free. That's, you know, not a bad way to start off the life of a Reaper here. There's a stock here. Is there something in the main base? No, I guess it's blocked off. So, no entry for the Reaper, but he does get a probe. He says, hey, it's fine with me. See what we got going on here for our Terran player. Natural expansion on the high ground. I'm not sure what he's afraid of. Like what he saw that made him not build it on the low ground. But hey, here we go. That's a second racks, 3 racks. So it's going to be 3 racks opener here out of Kamikaze. No tech here yet. Oh, Robo, here it goes. Just started here out of Heaven. Stim on the way, unsurprising. Another tech lab as well, so we're going to be getting these bio upgrades really, really quickly. Kamikaze going to be building a bunch of bio, unescorted to go across the map and try and get something done. This is a pretty aggressive opener. Heaven's got a robo. He's going to have the option to have some immortals to deal with this, but it's a little early yet to see which way he's going with it. He hasn't scouted that it's 3 racks yet, so he has no real clue what's coming his way. Ooh, an NG bay. Look at this soft wall here. Instead of doing the hard wall at the natural. Engineering bay, barracks, and supply depot. Yeah, this is very crisp. Because I feel like with the supply depot wall, you're building a bunch of extra supply that you don't necessarily need. And those could be units, especially for an aggressive build like this one. Observer first. This is what the robo is for. My question is, like, we're pretty heavy into the 3 racks territory already. Like, combat shields and stim are about to finish. Like, has this been scouted in time for Heaven to have a proper reaction to it or no? I guess he hasn't taken his third base yet. He just has the pylon. So he can decide right now if he wants to take third base or if he wants to get in a warp-in cycle or two more before he gets that. He had no way that this is going to be able to afford a Nexus right now, so. Has the moment passed for Kamikaze though? Like, don't you, if you're going to 3-racks, don't you want to be across the map when these two finish? I guess he's got the factory and starport coming down and has done no move outs yet. Huh, I don't know. I guess I misread this build. Robotics Bay coming up. That's undoubtedly going to be for Colossus. Can't imagine it being for anything else, but it's like, if he had hit when Stim and Combat Shields finished, there would have been like nothing. I don't think that the Immortal was finished. There were some Stalkers, which are not a problem for Stimmed Bio. At the very least, he could have canceled a third, but like there is no third. So I guess just building the units was enough to delay the third. I don't know. Another observer here in the main base of Kamikaze. No triangular third base scouted, so Kamikaze is going to send a double drop out to the other third base location as it's going down. Where are the units at in the main base? So he scouts it's going to be Colossus. He's going to move some Stalkers into position. Oh, okay. That was enough to scare him away, I guess. Double drop going to head back off to that third base location. Is there going to be split pressure, though? It doesn't look like it. Just random Marines out on the map. Is there a third base here? Okay, third base is finishing up here from Kamikaze. Third base should already be done, yeah, for Heaven as well. Ooh, a little scouting Marine told him that this was coming. So he gets out while the getting's good. He is being so timid with this drop. You're a Terran, man. Be aggressive. Extended Thermal Lance finishing up in 10 seconds behind +1 as well. Prism on the way. It's going to give Heaven some harassment options of his own. Here we go. Some dedicated pressure here. The army supplies are even, but there is a double drop. Yeah, this is the right choice. This is already across the map. Just get some counter damage done. I think maybe still try to hold the third CC. Losing the third orbital, that is give him your game-ending damage. Gonna go ahead and get some probes. If he doesn't get the Nexus though, like this is game. Oh, I think he recalled. Yeah, he recalled, but he recalled to the wrong. Oh my god. Shield battery. Oh, overcharge. Yeah, he focused down the Medivacs first instead and lost the Nexus from it. So yeah, I was worried about Kamikaze's position in this game, but the fact that he killed that Nexus after losing his own orbital says to me that he's okay. He's not great, mind you. But the game's not just over. Juve says, who are we rooting for? I don't think I have a dog in this race. I would say we could root for Kamikaze, but like, does he need cheerleaders? And Heaven's an NA player. and I'm unabashedly a NA StarCraft supporter. So usually we're not rooting for Protoss. I'm rooting for Zerg. Okay, this is a gross position. You see the long distance worker, so you just set up in between the bases. You got 11 SCVs just off of long distance mining. There is quite a few Vikings here. Nice focus fire on the weakened Colossus, but 3 Colossus remain. That is a ton of Colossus. And the rest is Stalkers. Yeah, I think that Heaven just has too much army here. More Stalkers joining the fray. There's finally some focus fire on the... Yeah, the Viking count has been reset. These Colossus, 2 of them are here. They still have a ton of energy. It's just going to be... Yeah, at this point he can blink on top of this army. Heaven taking game number 1 on Royal Blood. So this is a round robin bracket, but this would essentially be the winner's match, right? They both won their first match and they're playing against each other, but Heaven's looking really solid. Kamikaze had like he made the right choice there. He was going to lose his third base and he said send it on the Protoss third base, need to kill that, but I think yeah, he cleaned up that drop. He knew he would have an army supply advantage, and Heaven just pushed it. That was enough to seal the deal. Ancient Cistern is going to be game number 2. Magnath in chat says, usually we are not rooting for Protoss. Trauma from too many PvP finals. In 14 main events this circuit, we've had 9 Protoss wins, including like 4 PvP finals. Yeah, that's a lot of Protoss. It's a lot of Protoss. And then Magnath reminding us that the highest prize event is the ZVZ final. This, if you ever hear me going silent during the cast, this is why. This little thing keeps deciding she wants to jump into my lap while I'm casting. It's very distracting. Okay, I'm gonna put her down. Let's get into game number 2. All right, here we are on Ancient Cistern. Spawning in the bottom left, the green Protoss player. It's Heaven. In the upper right, the red Terran for Maximus is... Whoa, what was... hell was that? Is Kamikaze. Little kerfuffle on the SCVs there. He's going to be behind like 7 or 8 minerals because of that. Be careful. A probe harassment, but the CC goes down where it needs to. Yeah, both players opting for a natural expansion at a normal time. And also we have another macro game on our hands. Juves is done in 10 minutes. What's done in 10 minutes? Oh, I think you mean the ZVZ final was done in 10 minutes. That's funny. So some friends of mine were watching what was it? Gamers 8 with me. And I fell asleep. And they're both Terran players, so they got to the ZVZ and they're like, we really don't want to watch this. Jordan? Are you there? I didn't respond, so like, yeah, we're going to skip it. So they skipped forward in the video, and after like 12 or 14 minutes, the whole series was done, so they went back and watched it anyway. It was so funny. Oh, man. Reaper coming in. This is the Scout on the Twilight, though. Oh my gosh. Today I learned that sentries can bully Reapers. Ooh, what is this Marine doing? This has got to be a miss rally, right? Oh, no, he was trying to finish off the sentry. Almost did, too. Got it down to 3 health. 1 shot away. Hallucination gonna see everything there is to see here. The Terran main base, including a Widowmine, just kind of hanging out, ready to pick off something exactly like that. Another Widowmine being made. It's gonna be Blink out of the Twilight first. Robo is gonna be the follow-up, and yeah. Sorry about that. Give myself some water. Widowmine drop coming in. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. Third base coming down from heaven. He feels a little bit more comfortable than he did last game. He scouted the 3 racks and was expecting an attack that, quite frankly, just never came. Delayed his third base by quite a bit. No such delay here in game number 2. Thailand is going to scout this drop, though. Units warped in to defend against the Widowmine drop. Combat shields on the way. Double forge here from heaven as well with 2 upgrades. It's going to put him well ahead of the Terran with regards to upgrades. I think that this is a spot that's kind of like deceptive. I feel like if there's a stalker or 2 on this side and on that side, he just hit the boost button but didn't go anywhere. Alrighty. I feel like if you meaningfully put a stalker on either side, it should be able to tap it. Like it'll tap it to go here. Is there even a safe spot here? I vaguely remember seeing an Oracle get stuck here and get picked off anyway. It's going to be a third base from Kamikaze. Yeah, both players content to just chill. At this point, get their upgrades. Stim's still a little ways away, so it's going to be a while before you see Kamikaze meaningfully active out on the map. Heaven, though, has Blink. Charge about halfway done, being chronoed out. 1-1 more than halfway finished as well. There's a cannon in is it every base? Not the main base, but in the natural and the third base. I'm assuming that this is to ward off Widowmine drops. Oh, is this an F2 move? Oh. He did look back at it, but it was an F2, it looked like. Oh my gosh, 9 probes. Not a bad little pickup. Oh no. Speaking of not a bad pickup, that was not a bad pickup. Got a Raven and a Hellion on the retreat. Or Raven, a Cyclone, sorry, on the retreat. Big warping of Stalkers. I mean, of Stalkers of Zealots. Yeah, this is going to be crucial. Yeah, immediate pickup from Kamikaze. He's like, ah. Oh my gosh, the Blink forward could get this. Not quite. But Heaven is on a warpath right now. Zealots getting there way before the Stalkers, though. That could be a problem. Apparently not, though. There's really not a whole lot here to defend against this. Kamikaze does think he needs to pull the boys, though. This is a lot of SCVs going down. This is a lot of the available supply for Kamikaze. And Kamikaze is, yeah, a little bit overstimmed here. And he pulled the boys out of the way, but I think he definitely needed them if he was going to hold this. All right. I believe the prison moved up a tad. Where is the prism? Oh, the prism is dead. Mass repair on that CC. I didn't see the prism die, but it's dead. Ooh, force field on the ramp means that he can kill everything on the low ground. Ooh, blanks on top of this little drop that was trying to come out here. Yeah, this looks to me to be Heaven's game at this point. Like, I don't know what Kamikaze can do to get back in this. He lost his natural CC. He's down to 1 base. He's down 18 workers versus a 3-base Protoss. And it's just Gateway, man. This is all you really need. Yeah, GG is called Heaven. With a relatively quick 2-0 here. Good Time doesn't even have to fight at this point. Yeah. Good Time is Heaven, by the way. When he plays, that's the account that he has, I think, when he plays on different servers. On a different server, because he had a series earlier where he was Heaven one game and Good Time the other. All right, let's get these results added into our spoiler-free brackets. And see where that leaves us. I don't think it changes the results much. Wait, no, it shouldn't it? Time to catch some Z's. Been a long day. All right, good night, Juve. See you around. I hope so. Hope to see you back here again soon. So yeah, Gunner and Kamikaze. I think, yeah, because of the 2-0, Gunner's actually ahead of Kamikaze right now. Gypsy Danger needs some W's if he wants to hold on and make it out of this group. Again, it's a round-robin group. So we got 2 more series left to cast. Everybody's going to play everybody else one time. And then the results will be decided from there. So it looks like our next match is going to be Heaven versus Gypsy Danger. Let's go ahead and get that one queued up. Another PVT, Heaven versus Gypsy Danger is going to be next. It's going to be cranking up on Royal Blood. Spawning in the bottom left for Root Gaming, he is Heaven. And in the top right, the Purple Terran, Gypsy Danger. Have an SCV headed out on the map. Barracks started in the normal location. It's almost certainly going to be a proxy of some sort. Heaven sending a probe to scout. This is going all the way to the corner too. It's another barracks. Heaven going to be able to get a read on this here in just a moment. It's going to see this barracks about to be finished up. Probe gonna harass this area down here. Delay the naturals from starting. Second barracks is done. Ooh, tech lab. And a reactor back home. I'm assuming that there's gonna be Marines coming out of here. And we're gonna see concussive shell marauders out of the one on the bottom here, but they're going to be hitting a little bit late, I feel. Yeah, concussive shell Marauders with a Marine front line. This isn't super dedicated, though. Gypsy does have that natural expansion. Sentry down here hanging out. Sentry might be a nice choice, actually. If he does have a wall here, the force field could buy him some time. But I feel like these are going to work on the buildings if they can't get on the wall. Hallucination was what came out first. He's got to be careful, though. The power of this build is that the number of Marauders builds up over time, but he's already lost one. What's up, Heaven? We happen to be casting your series right now. Yeah, it's unfortunate to go this way for Gypsy Danger because, like I just said, the power of this build is the number of Marauders that it builds up to. But already 2 are dead. 1 is really low, really low. Yeah, and these are gonna just go right for that guy. The Marines are a little aggressive, but it's not the end of the world. But Stim's halfway done, yeah. So he's got a transition off the back of this, but he's 9 workers behind, so he's still got some work to do. Gypsy Danger, that is, to even the odds here. He doesn't really have the forces to. Oh yeah, who's this? Where are the Marauders? Oh, he had 2 up here, but they didn't ever rejoin the fight. So this is gonna get sent back completely. But now we have the Robos up. There's a shield battery. And yeah, he's ahead 12 workers. Yeah, Evan is in a phenomenal position here in this game. I'm not sure what Gypsy Danger is going to be able to do to get back into it. I feel like if you're going to do a build like this, you have to forego the natural expansion and just go all in with it. Do a second barracks for Marauders here and just go for it. Heaven's saying he should not have gone into Robo Bay here. Forge coming down as well. It's a rare treat when I get to cast games for somebody who's actively in the chat, because they can give me live commentary, and also if I feel like I have to watch what I say because I'm like, I don't want to say anything that might inadvertently be seen as like throwing shade at a player. I need to not spoil it. Yeah. Like, wow, what a silly decision, Colossi. Terrible. No, I'm just kidding. This is Stim, though. This is huge. The shield battery the force field didn't quite do what it needed to do, but Green Beam is holding for now. Another Stim comes down. Stim, oh my gosh. Stim Marauders kill Stalkers so fast. Yeah, GG is called. Gypsy Danger able to pull it out with the recommit. I don't know what you'd call that. He acted like he was going to retreat, but no, he's just going to wait for Stim to complete. Evan says, if I just made an Immortal, I would have been chilling. Well, sometimes it'd be like that. I need to not spoil it too, because we had the group picks for Group Stage 2 on Sunday morning. So I hosted that here on this stream. So I essentially the replay pack is spoiler free. So I don't know who wins what specific matches, but I have an idea from hosting that event what players made it through to Group Stage 2 and which ones didn't. Cancel Zorble to get the CC down at a normal time. Yeah, Gypsy Danger's had some pretty wild builds so far this tournament. Just like odd things that you wouldn't normally see. him and Kamikaze had a TVT that was basically all Vikings all the time, beginning, middle, and end of their games. Ah, Kamikaze prefers to go Sky Tyrant. Okay, well that would make sense then. Why Gypsy Danger did that. Heaven, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Is this an eBay block? Between the Proxy Marauder and the eBay block, I feel like either Gypsy is just naturally a little cheesy or he feels outclassed by Heaven. That's my read on it anyway. Heaven I'm somewhat familiar with from Twitter and stream, but Gypsy Danger is a complete wild card for me. It's also worth noting that Gypsy Danger is currently at the bottom of the standings for this group, based on the matches that have already been cast. So, you know, looking to me like a little bit of an underdog, and definitely acting like it too with the eBay block, with the Proxy Marauder. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, the eBay block is inconvenient, but I don't think it's the end all be all by any means. Little proxy pylon here from Heaven. Zealot out here to start knocking down the hell. So this is the delay of the eBay, right? Because you spend the minerals on it, and the minerals are essentially locked up in this building, but when you cancel it, you get them all back. And then for the low cost of some build time on an SCV, oh, I guess you don't get them all back. What am I thinking? Oh, you get most of them back anyway. But the damage is done. The Nexus is, I don't know, some seconds late, but we got a proxy. Oh, we got double proxy. Double proxy. It's going to be a starport over here. Stargate over here. What is the starport over here going to do? I think it's just enough room for like a tech lab if it's going to be some, well, maybe not. Yeah, no clue what's going to be coming out of there. Liberator, maybe? That's like, you wouldn't need to proxy a starport to do a Liberator, I feel. Stargate's got an Oracle being chronoed out. What do we have here to defend? Usually there's a Cyclone skulking about. There's no Cyclones here at all. We have one Marine here and some Hellions. Another barracks being built. Yeah, this Oracle is going to lay waste to this mineral line. Is it just the little Hellion drop shenanigans? The Pulsar Beam just kills all this easy. Yeah, and gets more damage. This thing has 7 kills so far. Yeah, it's just the Hellion drop. Oracle's done 7 kills. It was built in the wrong place. I guess it's more likely to be scouted if you built it in the normal place, but yeah. We just stop and drop him just out of vision range too. Eight probes have gone down so far. Sorry, 7 probes. Now it's 8. Now it's 9. Medevac shoot away. There's a double Oracle in here. They don't have any additional kills. Viking over here, though. Oh, yeah, that's why he ran away with the Oracle. I was like, what is he doing? The Hellion drop? Is he going to put the Hellion drop back in? No way. Gypsy also playing a little bit more conservative. He's taking his natural on the high ground and floating it over. Somewhat weird choice if you're choosing to be the aggressor. Cyclone, the one unit that can easily defend against this is moving out. Oh, you just get a free tank here. Yeah, those are dead. Now the tank's going to be dead. Yeah. More Marines going to die. He might lose an Oracle. Yeah, might lose an Oracle here, but honestly, so many units have been bled out by this. I doubt that it matters. Viking and Cyclone going to pick off the last Oracle, but there's 4 Adepts here. More SCV is going to go down. Thor does get shut on the Adepts. That's like the last saving grace here for Gypsy Danger, that he doesn't have 4 Adepts in his main base. Killing additional workers. Yeah, that's going to say those Hellions are a little bit rough. They're all pretty badly damaged. And Adepts really mess up Hellions. Oof. I'm certain that letting that Shade finish was a mistake. We lose all these Adepts. Almost gets the Cyclone for it, though. Does get some Hellions. It's going to be the 2 Hellion kills on those. Behind this, though, Heaven is 11 workers ahead. Dropping to 3rd base. Sorry, completing a 3rd base. Charge coming down. 4 gateways on the way as well. And yeah, Heaven just seems to be completely in control of this game. So far, he's killed 11 SCVs to 9 probes. That's a lot of charge loss. Accompany 2 Stalkers? Yeah. This is a bit of a defensive setup here. I don't think you're getting through that. Gypsy definitely been playing a lot more conservatively against his opponents, though. Very safe. Like a little bit aggressive in the very early game, but then locks down on tanks really quick. The one game that he played against Kamikaze that went somewhat long was a Met game for Gypsy, and he was pretty defensive there as well. Well, charge is already done. We got Blink about 1/3 of the way done. Double Forge coming down as well, so Heaven just playing his game. Ooh, I like this Viking here to shove away the Prism. We're going to try to get it back in. Viking says no way. Yeah, it's pretty clear Heaven wants to be aggressive. But there's just really not much opportunity for aggression here. Got a nice little SimCity set up with a bunker, a Widow Mine, and 2 tanks. So once Blink completes, though, there's a Prism here for high ground vision, and we can get the Stalkers up into the main base. That'll circumvent the defensive position down here if Heaven just absolutely wants to be aggressive. And it does look like that is going to be the case. Widow Mine here, but the tank on the high ground is going to go down. There was a second tank here. It's still sieged on the low ground. That Widow Mine. Oh, if that Widow Mine went off, that was so much friendly fire damage. But yeah, a lot of the infrastructure here being taken out, and these Blink Stalkers are going to get out while the getting's good. Oh, he wants the tank. It was a heck of a trade here, but it does look like it's fairly even, actually. Karen's lost a bit more minerals, but and gas. Okay, never mind. Gypsy definitely not having the better end of these trades. I thought the gas and the mineral numbers were flip-flopped. Yeah, 1-1 upgrades coming down. Charge hand Blink. Is this a 4th base? Yeah, having on 3 bases, almost 4. And there's not even a 3rd CC. Yeah, the 3rd CC is only a third of the way done. So Heaven just completely in control of this game. A little bit of an anti-timing here. 1-1 not quite done when this attack started, but it's going to finish mid-fight. And he's just completely on top of this bio army. There's so many zealots here. Things just do not do a phenomenal job. Little mines as well, though. Nice micro on that last one down there. Gonna force a lift on the CC. I don't think that he has the firepower to get it. Oh yeah, with that warping he definitely did, but it was just too much in general. Heaven. Oh, that was game 2. So yeah, we're tied up 1-1. What was I thinking? The score was 0-0, but it is 1-1 now. Gypsy Danger pulling out the W in game number 1 with that Proxy Marauder. But Heaven showing that he's just a solid macro player, and that's the way that he prefers to play. At least in this matchup. Or at least against Gypsy Danger, should I say. See, this is what it is. I'm casting with the person whose game I'm casting in the chat. As casters, we can only pretend to know what's going through the mind of these players, you know? Game 3 is going to be on Neo Humanity, though. It's interesting to me that Gypsy Danger has been not having great luck in this not great luck in this tournament so far. If we take a quick look, he won 1 game off Kamikaze, then was 2-0'd by Gunner. And then he's going to end up taking a game off of he ended up taking a game off of Heaven, who had 2 different 2-0s coming into the series. All right, we're tied up 1-1 now on Neo Humanity. On the bottom right, the green Protoss for Root. He is Heaven. Heaven says, if I just had an Immortal. I feel like that Proxy Marauder hurts your soul. The purple Terran in the top left, he is Gypsy Danger. Cybercore going to block the Reaper Cliff. I feel like on Neo Humanity, these minerals were here, so you can take a linear third. You know, it's great, but I don't think anybody likes taking this linear third. Terran and Protoss, I feel like it's exceedingly rare. And even with Zerg players who typically enjoy the linear third, it's still rare. I agree that base is too annoying. Yeah. We have this attack path right here where there's no high ground advantage coming in. And there's oh my gosh. Do you see this siege position? So I have this map banned, so I don't play on it, if I'm being honest. But yeah, you can siege in this. I'm just thinking about Zerg versus Terran. You can siege in this position. I'm pretty sure a siege tank here can hit the base. And then you just park your bio at the top of the ramp, and then you're just kind of boned to Zerg. Yeah, hard to flank it too. Where do you have to come from? Oh my, all the way around the middle of the map. Yeah, no. No, thank you. I'll pass. A much more normal build here out of Gypsy. Well, let me not say that, because he still doesn't have a natural expansion. My guy. Yep, once again, looking to be aggressive. It does not look like this game is going to last very long. There's going to be a winner one way or the other soon if he doesn't drop a natural expansion. It's going to be a tech lab on the factory. What are you making, sir? Tank? Tank, medevac, some marines. Let's see what the response from Heaven is. If it's not just a boatload of shield batteries, yeah, we already got one here with the pylon. Another one being built up front. I like the idea of this being built up front because you can kind of fight in this location as the Protoss and force a siege very far from your natural. Because he has a pretty firm read on what's going on. No natural. Tech lab factory, that can only be making one thing that's really scary. Yeah. Easy read here. It's just a matter of holding it. Yeah, this is attacking super early. I really don't think that it's going to be able to get much done, though. The Liberator is a little scary. Yeah, here comes the scout. And these are vision blockers, so you can't see that somebody has a Zelnaga tower. Oh, there's a drop in the main. Ooh, so there was a power down for a minute on some of those gateways, which is nice, but he also killed the medevac with like 5 Marines in it, and that's never what you want to happen. The tank is sieged way, 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 way back too, so this is going to buy Heaven tons of time before he ever has to really do anything crazy here to try and defend this. So I believe Heaven's just going to rebuild the pylon, have some more warp in cycles, and then back up when he needs to. Yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing. The shield battery doing its thing. You know, losing the shield battery kind of stinks, but like he's still far, far, far from the Nexus. So every second that goes by is another warp in cycle for Heaven. Ooh, counterattack too. Looks like it's going to pick off a tank. And get reinforcements. Nice focus fire from Gypsy Danger to get the Stalker, but there's just not enough here. The door is closed. But then that's going to be supply depots go down. Those don't necessarily take a long time. Yeah, there's an Immortal here. Evan says, I'm not going to make the same mistake I did last game, but he might make a mistake of rallying it forward. Yeah, never did rebuild a fallback pylon here. So he may end up losing the natural if he's not careful. Oh, I like this flank. Stalkers in the Prism. It's got to get there quick, though, or he's going to lose the Nexus. Not that losing the Nexus is the end of the game, but... Oh, here it comes. He's going to try to get the tanks. There's no blink, so the micro is going to be a little tough. But a defender's advantage, I think, with the probes, and that's going to be enough. Or Marine reinforcements come in, but they're not in a position where they can be helped by the tank. Nice pickup micro by the Prism. Two tanks now, and Gypsy Danger is just content to sit on the one base here. What does Heaven have back at home to? Has the Robo been building anything? No, it hasn't. An Immortal's on the way, but it's far, far away. There is Protoss in the main base here, but there's a phrase here. They say don't base trade a Terran player. Everything's canceled here. There is a shield battery. Maybe if the Immortal can clear out the Marines, it'll be in a good spot. But like, what's here? Yeah, SCV's being pulled completely out of the main base. They see the Immortal and they just back off. I think that's too far to back off, though. Where the SCV goes, yeah. SCV's going across the map, and I think base trade is going to be what the answer is here. But Gypsy keeps, like, retreating. This is not a position where you can retreat. You just have to fight with what you got. Now that it's double Immortal, though, is Green Beam off cooldown? Yeah, Green Beam is available now. We just now got enough energy for it. Liberator joining the fray, but there should be enough Stalkers to deal with this. Yep, GG is called. Heaven seals the deal. And he's going to win all 3 matches for his group, dropping only a single map to Gypsy Danger on the proxy Marauder. Let's get these results updated in our spoiler-free bracket. Kamikaze and Gunner is going to be our last bout of Group A. Then we're going to roll right along into Group Group B. Group A took 3 hours. I think that's a good amount. Well, let me not say that. It's got one more series. So I gave each group 3.5 hours. It looks like I did that right, actually. Looks like it's going to be pretty accurate in terms of time. This is the standings now with all of the results reported. Did we say Gunnar and Kamikaze is the last match? Because what are the odds? Okay, so yeah, they both have the possibility of getting out of this group, and their match is the decider match, and it's the last match. That worked out perfect. All right, cool. So Gunnar versus Kamikaze in a Protoss versus Terran. We are going to go to a short break real quick, and then when we come back, we got plenty more StarCraft left to go. The final match of Group A, and then all of Group B right here on this channel. Stick around. Lots more StarCraft left to go. Hello and welcome back to the Vulcan Cup 2023 Championship. We're rolling right along with the last match of Group A. It is going to be effectively a decider between Kamikaze and Gunnar before we get into Group B. If you take a look at the standings for Group A, you can clearly see Gunnar and Kamikaze right in the middle of the pack there, both with 1 win and 1 loss under their belt. Gunnar with a slightly better map score, so we'll see how this series goes. Gunnar versus Kamikaze coming up next while we get into things. Gunner. Gainer 1 is going to be on Gresvon. Out. Out. Sorry, there was a dog getting a little too familiar. I'm trying to make sure that she knows not to come into my room. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying the stream, you want to catch all of Group Stage 1 for the Vulcan Cup 2023 Championship, consider dropping the stream and follow, you know? The best way to support a new stream, best way to know when we go live with more StarCraft content. And last, but definitely not least, I'd really appreciate you for it. All right, this is the end of Group A. Let's get it on. Spot in the upper left, the Blue Terran. For Eximus, he is Kamikaze. Eximus, am I saying that right? Hold the phones. Eximius? Eximius. Eximius? This name. The Brazilian team of squats in StarCraft 2 and Counter-Strike. Ares is the other one, and Nano, which is a Protoss player I'm definitely familiar with on the pro team. Well. Eximius is a name I have not heard before. All right, in the bottom right, the orange Protoss. His name is Gunner. This looks like an eBay block. Yeah, eBay block. A little bit of a pro bully over here. I wonder if the choice at this point is to just proxy stuff. Oh my gosh. I mean, it gets scouted, but like, imagine if it didn't get scouted. Immediately cancels the eBay as well. My question is, what is Kamikaze going to do? Like, as a Zerg, this happens to you all the time when you're facing off against Protoss, right? So your natural gets blocked by a probe. You just take it at your third. But it's because as Zerg, you get 3 bases super fast. Now, Protoss is, in current age, are expanding quickly, but I don't think they're expanding that quickly. I'm really interested to see what Kamikaze has up his sleeve. Like, I can't imagine that he thought that this was going to be the response from Gunner. I don't think anybody in their right mind would think that this is going to be the response when you get eBay blocked, but we'll see. I think it makes you super open to attack. Protoss units, amongst the slowest in the game. I know, silly to say that about charge lots, but overall their units are not known for having hypermobility. So having to go between your main and your third to defend against early game drops could get tough. Phoenix would be a good way to shut that down. Shut down that harass. I like the choice out of Gunner. I take it all back. Phoenix shuts down Medivacs, and with the Gravitron beam. Not a word that I've had to say. Graviton beam. Had to look it up. That's something that it's like something that we all take for granted that we rarely have to say out loud. Like my favorite one when non-Zerg players ask me, oh yeah, Phoenix, don't shut this down super hard. When non-Zerg players ask me what, or make fun of me for the name of something, I was like, do you know the name of Roach Speed? They're like, oh shit. Yeah, I do, buddy. Now, I feel like maybe the shield battery will help a little bit, but this is going to be a lot of probe death. That's 4 probes, and there's nothing here. There's 2 adepts. Phoenix is coming. What are you going to do? It's just 1 Phoenix. They do lift 1 because there's absolutely nothing to protect us from getting into the main base. And this is a lot of probe death. 11 probes? 13 probes. They're not done. Okay, now they're done. 14 probes? That's insane. Kamikaze, with a 9-worker lead at this point, drops into engineering bay of his own. Stim about halfway done, which is going to give him a lot more mobility on the map. This is another tech lab on the way. Already one siege tank, and Kamikaze just looking to be in a really great position. I do not know what that was. That just died. I guess it was... Wait, what? I guess it was the last Hellion, but I thought we watched all the Hellions die. I guess not. Still only 14 workers. Man, these three Phoenix got a lot of SCVs to kill to even the odds here. Robo Bay as well from Gunner. It's going to be tough to afford units out of that thing. Oh, there's a Cyclone here. He lost a Phoenix to a lock-on. It's like everything's returning home, but I don't think after an opening like that, you can just return home. Taking a look around, we got extended thermal lance coming out. The first big head about to finish. So despite this lack of economy, he's still going into these high-tech units. Extended thermal lance coming out as well. But I just feel like Gunner's playing from behind. You know, like maybe taking a really fast third Nexus and hoping that the Phoenix keeps him on his side of the map is the way to go about it. That'll get you three town halls producing workers. I mean, or being hyper aggressive. You know, Colossi aren't the most super duper aggressive units. You need like fast units. And also, they're expensive when you're in low economy. Yeah, I don't know. Gunner seems to be playing this out like it's just a normal game. And I think that he's going to fall too far behind as a result. It's a lot of bio. Like, what does he do against this? The Colossi would be good to defend, but he has barely anything to defend in the first place. You know what I mean? There's no third Nexus. There's only 39 probes. He's been maintaining an 8 probe deficit. Two Colossi out. Extended thermal lance, third one starting, so. CV's being harassed on the transfer. Is there a move out here? Kamikaze just splitting his units. 7 worker lead, 20 army supply lead. Third Colossi is a little over halfway done. Ghost Academy finishing up over here. So yeah, Kamikaze in the driver's seat. He's kind of playing his own game. Ooh, this is not good. This Phoenix happened to see this right at the most opportune time. Templar as well. Third Nexus is only just now finishing up, and again, Gunner's been at a worker deficit this entire game. Kamikaze playing very patient though. I guess the Phoenix, he feels limited on drops with the Phoenix out, but he literally just made 4 of them. There's only 3 left. It's just crazy to me that this entire Terran army is being made scared by 3 Phoenix. Pylons being built out on the map. Oh, there's a 4th Phoenix over here. 2-2 on the way for Kamikaze. Only +1 ground weapons here for Gunner on the way. Second Forge is being built, though. And now we're going into Disruptor production. Gunner went straight for this high-tech unit. Oh my gosh. What is this unit composition? So we have 3 Colossus, an Archon, 3 Zulls, 4 Depths, 3 Stalkers, 3 Disruptors, 3 Phoenix, and 10 Sentries. 10. Well. Little map vision pylons being taken out. Gunner, that actually supply blocked Gunner. Not really a place you ever want to be. Here it goes. EMPs on the main army. Green Beam immediately cranks up. Gunner taking no chances here. Well, that is reversing the it is reversing the shields damage from the EMPs, but a lot of these sentries got all of their energy removed as well. There's still some full energy sentries in there. But 10 sentries just seems like a ton. Especially when most of this army appears to be Vikings. We did get told that Kamikaze likes his Sky Terran, and holy cow, that's a lot of Vikings. Ooh, EMPs on those disruptors, but a good shot hits right here. Ground littered with blood. Protoss army is looking a little scary. +1 armor is about to finish up. +2 weapons for our Protoss player. Just started. I can't help but feel like maybe Kamikaze is letting Gunner get back in this game. You know, he had a huge advantage earlier. I'm not sure what he could have done with it, though. The Colossi are great on defense. These Vikings, though, they at any time they could come drop here and kill like all these probes. Probes have the mechanical tag. Vikings, landed Vikings will get that bonus damage. Here it goes. It looks like we're gonna get a main army fight finally. So many disruptors. These disruptors could just fire ever. Yeah, 9, almost enough to fire twice at a time. And here it is, as the prophecy foretold. Vikings landing. He already baited out the recall. Is he gonna fight the Zealots? He's gonna fight the Zealots. These Vikings are just causing so much trouble. Finally, they get cleaned up. And I think the reason that he used them the way that he did is because he noticed that Gunner was no longer going for Colossi and had fully transitioned into Disruptors. And boy, has he ever transitioned into Disruptors. 11 Disruptors. Bunches of Liberators coming out. I do like this transition a lot from Kamikaze. Because he had the Vikings and he got a lot of damage with them the second they were no longer needed. Yeah, that's insanity. What do you even do? I mean, you could blink under them, but I think he's just got too many. Another little drop, and Kamikaze is pulling Gunner apart a little bit with his multi-prong. There it is. I even lost the drop a little bit. Drop unceremoniously goes down while the army's out of position. He's just going to siege up. He's a little late to the siege party. Gunner's going to elect to leave instead of push forward. I feel like he could have done either, but at this point, like, is it a base trade situation or what's going on? Oh, no, it's not. He comes back, and the Liberators are just wrecking everything. Oh, my gosh. He's fighting, like, his whole army directly underneath them. I have never seen units die so fast. I think he was doing it on purpose. I think that was his way of GGing, because he was just move commanding back and forth. Kamikaze takes game number 1. I knew when we started today was going to be a long stream. Trying to see if we can get Group A done within the next 9 minutes, and then Group B done in the same amount of time. That's my goal anyway. It's also going to give me a good idea of where or how long the future groups are going to take. It allows me to plan things out a little bit better as well. Because I enjoy laddering on this channel as well. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of chances to do that this week. Because I'll be casting for 3 straight days, Group Stage 1 of the Vulcan Cup, and then I have work at my regular schmegular non-StarCraft job the other day, so it's going to be tough. We are going to be getting into game number 2 on Royal Blood. Spawning in the upper right, the red Terran player. It is Kamikaze. For Eximius. And in the bottom left, the orange Protoss player. He is Gunner. Wondering if Gunner has a team. What's a two? Yeah, he's Platinum Heroes. Heck yeah. Yeah, I thought I recognized the name from earlier. Juvader, or Juve. He founded Platinum Heroes. No wonder he was in here. He's checking on his teammates. Good for him. So far, nothing crazy. No proxies. Did not quite see the CC building in here, so he's still a little bit in the dark. And this is like in-base concussive shell marauder. There's a probe that'll see it, though, if the rally completes. That's going to be a huge tip-off.
The firstborn shall persevere.
He executes the Reaper jump quite nicely, but then there's just the depths here. Can't do anything about it. Robo coming out for Gunner. Sim on the way for Kamikaze. And yeah, pretty standard stuff so far. Schedule for the stream coming up just to keep you guys updated. 3 p.m. Western, 6 p.m. Eastern. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday will be the first group stage of the Vulcan Cup 2023 Championship. Thursday and Friday morning should be ladder streams. That's going to be around noon Eastern. And then Saturday, I have a full day at work. And then Sunday, we should be back to a regular schedule. Sunday is going to be my coverage of the Korean StarCraft League. And as always, that is going to be cast from replays by me. So in case you're missing it on Friday night, like myself, because I have other things that I have to do, you'll be able to catch it on Sunday morning. It's going to be a switch up from last week, which was Saturday. So be sure to tune in for that. Casting from replays means that there's going to be no downtime. It means that we don't miss any of the best matches. Twilight on the way, but it looks like it's going to be... Oh, never mind, these are adepts. He's already into disruptor production. Gunner really likes his tech early, I've noticed. Like, even before he built his Twilight, he has disruptors. The adept drop is scouted by a random marine, though, so... Is he just going to bring it all the way back? I really thought if he was going to be building disruptors this early that we would also see gravitic drive. I'm not sure that people are doing the PVT disruptor drop builds, but I do know that once upon a time it was popular. It's definitely a lot of fun to watch and cast, but who knows. It just seems like Gunner can't move out without Kamikaze getting a beat on which direction he's going, what he's got in store. Even this looks like it's going to be scouted before it gets to where it's going. Oh, maybe not. Uh-oh. Thought he was going to lose the prism. Ooh, he still might. Another stim. And he wants that prism bad. He just stops microing it. At least drop the disruptor or try to go for something. Loses the prism and the disruptor that's in it as well. Not looking great for Gunner. Move out with 2 disruptors, though, from Gunner. But the only thing that worries me about this is all it takes is to miss the disruptor shot, and then you get your army stemmed on, and you're dead. And he only has the 2 disruptors as well. Observer here, keeping an eye on the main army. Sees a Ghoster online as well. And Gunner's just all the way back at home. He's got Charge coming out. Did he ever get Blink? Yeah, he did get Blink. Second Robo up as well, man. This guy loves his high-tech units. It's weird to me because we see so many of these Protoss players playing Gateway Man for like the first 10 minutes of the game, where it's just Charge Lot and Blink Stalker. Because you can make a ton of them off of Protoss economy. And just overwhelming their opponents with that without ever going for the high-tech units, or at least not going for them until way later in the game. Not Gunner, though. We were already building these things off of 2 bases, even though there was... Drop kills a whole Robo. Gets both Disruptors, and there's like... The rest of the army finally gets here. That building? Oh, the Robo Bay. I didn't see it. I didn't think he was focusing on the building at first, but yeah. That is a huge pain. So he's replacing the Robo and the Robo Bay in the main base. You know, you hate to see it. That's going to be the Disruptor production here from Gunner. Is Kamikaze going to move out beyond this, though? He has Lib range coming out already. +2 attack, +1 infantry armor. Ship weapons coming down as well. EMPs look good. Split between the army. It's a fairly small bioforce. But if he's able to pick off these disruptors, might be in a good spot. Still has Ghost with plenty of energy. One coming down from our Protoss opponent. Yeah, forsaking upgrades, forsaking economy. He's like, I just want to get the disruptors as fast as possible. And that's what we had. And I think at this point, the Liberators just kind of leapfrog their way up. Scan goes down, see what the army's doing. Does he have anything back at home, though? Is he just going to go for the base trade? Wow, that Nexus evaporated. Probe's being recalled. I'm not sure how I feel about recalling the probes, though, because now you can't recall your army. Recall is going to be on cooldown for a long time. Yeah, we're in full-on base trade territory. Yeah, I don't really know how to call this. There's Zealots in the natural. Here's the third base. $11 and 13 probes or workers, respectively. There's some of them. I keep trying to see where all the probes are. This army is heavily stimmed, though. There's only 2 medevacs. That's definitely going to be a problem. And yeah, we're just in full-on base trade territory. Alright then. This isn't an orbital or anything. Now would be the time to get to move it. Is there a Nexus? Oh, the CC. Both players heavily supply block. Kamikaze with a bigger army supply, but a lot of it heavily stimmed. Okay, so he did leave some army over here. The CC gonna catch the Nexus though. So all of a sudden, Kamikaze has his target, but Gunnar has had his first. Is he really gonna try to blink on this? Oh, he does. That's a bit of a misstep. He's gonna pay for that with a lot of these stalkers. Yeah. Oh, okay. 25 army supply lead here for Kamikaze. He just has the better army here too, because this is just, yeah, there's nothing impactful here. An Immortal. There's just nothing here. Three probes. Gunnar has some money to start making probes at least. He's really gonna go. I guess if you sequester off your units that aren't mobile, you can just blink away with the ones that are. They left him a Cyber Core, which was really nice. I wonder how much longer this game is gonna take. I mean, like, they're not omniscient like we are. We can clearly see that Kamikaze has it in the bag, but the only real problem is I guess all the medevacs are dead. No, there's 3 medevacs. Oh, they killed the Nexus up here. And they plopped one down in the most random possible spot. So we have some long distance mining, not the most efficient Nexus ever. But it's hidden for what that's worth. So the game continues. But I just don't see a way that Gunnar can break this. As long as the medevacs make it back. The medevacs need to come back, but no way. I mean, I guess Gunnar is mining, so he hypothetically could at some point get a Stargate to go kill that CC, but I guess it's not going to matter. Oh my gosh, mule the gold base? I guess you wouldn't need to mule it, you just need to put anything there. There's no production here. You can look at the structures tab. 1 gateway for Protoss. Here we go. Triple drop coming up here. Does he know that the thing is there though? Finally taps out. We weren't looking, but I think that he tried to break this one more time and realized that he couldn't. Yeah, this was the yeah, this is the fight that we watched. Trying to see what actually ended this game. Like, what did he see that made him go, ah, I'm done? I think it's the Liberator Circles and realizing they couldn't get in. Yeah. He realized he was done for. So Kamikaze going to take that series 2-0. That's going to finish up Group A. I'm going to go ahead and update our results on our spoiler-free bracket, and then it's going to see where this leaves us. Oops, didn't hit the right button. That was the button I was looking for. So these are your results from Group A. We get into Group B here in just a minute. Let's take a look at those standings, though. With these fully updated, Heaven gets out of the group in first, followed by Kamikaze. And unfortunately, Gunnar and Gypsy Danger, their runs in the Vulcan Cup Championship come to a close here in Group Stage 1. Gunnar and Gypsy Danger, you guys put on some really entertaining games. It was fun to get to cast you guys for my first time ever. And yeah, hope you guys feel I did you justice. We are going to go to a short break while I grab a snack. I think you guys have noticed that the cat really, really wants to hang out with me. But we're going to go to a short break while we gear up for Group B. So we're only about halfway done with the cast, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.